special factoring of sum and difference of two cubes. Perfect cubes are 1, 8, 27, 64, 125, 216, 343, so on and so forth. The first 5 should be the recognizable ones. These numbers are found by taking one number times itself 3 times. So 1 times 1 times 1, 2 times 2 times 2, 3 times 3 times 3, so on and so forth. So here is the definition of the sum and difference of two cubes. It may not look very easy, and you might not understand these definitions very well or these formulas very well, but I will help you with a step-by-step process that you can use with either one. One, I want you to break up each number or cube root each number so that you have some number cubed to get to the value you started with. There are 2 rules. There is only one negative, and it doesn't go on the end. The sign of the original problem is the sign of the binomial. So as you can see, the binomial here, it is a plus. Then we have a minus sign. So your rule is you only have one minus sign. If you use it, well, you can't use it anymore. If you haven't used it, it's always the next sign. The negative here, it's the same, where we have 2 positives in the trinomial. And notice that the last term is always positive. The negative never goes in the back. So this still probably does not seem logical or easy yet, but let's go ahead and work on some problems. A to the third plus 8. This is in terms of cubes. So we have a to the cube plus 2 cubed to get 8. So here is the step-by-step process. After you break it down into something cubed, you're going to write your values as is. I don't care about those 3's anymore. So a plus 2. So you will always have a binomial. The next thing is a trinomial. To get the first term of your trinomial, you're going to square your first guy. So that's a squared. For the middle, you multiply. 2 times a is 2a. We haven't used a negative yet, so it comes next. To get your last term, you square your last term. 2 times 2 is 4, and you're done. It works the same if you have a difference. So we have x to the third minus 3 to the third. And really that minus doesn't have to come with it, just as long as you break the numbers down into their perfect cubed or their cubed form. Now, the first thing we do after we break them up is write it as is. So we have x minus 3. Now we have a trinomial. The first term, you square your first term. Middle, you multiply. And it will be a positive because we already used our negative. And when you multiply, you don't really use the sign that you have. You are actually using just the signs here, the positive 3 and the x. And then you're just including that negative or that positive, depending on whether you've used it or not. Anyway, the last one you square. And then you're done. 8x to the cubed, or 8x cubed plus 125. Break those up or cube root them. So you'll have 2x quantity cubed plus or well, I don't really need the plus, but 5 cubed. Write it as is, 2x plus 5. Trinomial, square your first one. 2x squared, or 2x, and square it, you go 4x squared. Now, a lot of students or a lot of people will put 2x squared. You have to square that number too. Middle, you multiply. 2x times 5 is 10x. We're going to have a negative because we haven't used it yet. The last, you square the last. So you'll have a positive 25. Pause the video and try this one. The answer This concludes our video.